Hey there! On Aberfeldy Street, everybody's got a different story to tell. Aberfeldy Portraits gathers the stories of people who live in Poplar or cross paths with our community, showing what people are most proud of and care about, and uncovering the colourful, rich differences that make Aberfeldy a vibrant place to be. Join us weekly as we share these stories, and maybe you'll discover something new.
So here we are, back in our studio for our next recording of Aberfeldy Portraits podcast. Today I've got a special guest, but I will let her to introduce herself.
So here you are, Margot. I'm Shabana. I'm back at Aberfeldy and just going to be open enough to discuss a couple of things that will inspire people.
Fantastic. I mean, we've met... have we met last year or even before that for the first time?
I think we met last year when we popped in and we met you and you welcomed us and you talked about your podcast. And here we are today recording the podcast.
Absolutely. And it's funny because from one conversation to the next, you got involved in some of the workshops we did here. And can you tell me a little bit about, how's it been for you taking part?
I think the workshops are amazing because, you know, it's like when you come in, it's like another world. You learn about yourself, and what you get out of them workshops is it blows your mind away when you go back home and you think about it. You're thinking, wow, I didn't know that these are the skills I had, and these are the talents I've had, but never used them for so long, because you forget things which what we don't utilize, we learn to just put them at the side and never reuse them. So for me, it's like a new window of opportunity of learning who I am and self-discovery. I'm meeting other people, which is great, because I think, you just think, wow, it's wonderful to go out there and grasp all this knowledge and find your pace where it's just calm and peaceful, and you talk about things and you're healing at the same time. So it's needed.
And I have to say, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, I think you are a natural storyteller. I don't know, how do you do it? Like, have you always been telling stories? Like, how has it been for you, like communication in general?
Well, I haven't always told stories, I'm going to be honest, Margot. I think this is just something that you are put, like you said, when we are coming to these workshops, which are brilliant, where we're given the opportunity to encourage to go and explore and talk about things that which we're well known of. Like last week, for example, or the week before it could have been, where you must have said if anybody has a story to tell, and it just came naturally. Like I thought, well, this is a story that I know and I can tell it because I know it so well. And even I was blown away, because when I told it, I thought to myself, I should have recorded it, because that's a good way of showing yourself how far you've come. Because I think we are always doubting ourselves. We never give ourselves the credit that we are due. And when you are looking at things in that sort of dynamics of, that dynamic, you think, you know what, you've come a long, long way, and thank God you're still here. Because through that, maybe my story or somebody else's story can help somebody else's mindset, just to help them never to give up on whatever your dreams are, your aspirations, and never limit yourself.
And I think that's what I really like about this project, because everybody brings a different story, and yes, that's your personal experience, but as you're saying, you just don't know who's going to connect with it, or who's going to say, like, you know what, I've never spoken about this before, but you just may have inspired me to actually
open up,
say it and open up. So and you're one of the people who I love it that you almost like surprised yourself, because I think it's very easy to be like self-critical, but then if you kind of give yourself little kind of encouragement,
Yeah.
magical things can happen.
It
But
did.
can I just ask you quickly, what's your connection to Aberfeldy? What's your connection to the area? How did you get to be here? And just a quick story.
A quick story is obviously my brother Shabz. He comes to this area because it's well known about the courses, about the people, and he's always been talking about it for the last 3 years, for I can remember. And he's always saying, "Oh, come to my area and check out these courses," and they've got so much on, and we're like, "Oh gosh, he's talking about it again." But you know, come to think of it, this year was meant to be. Shabz must have asked us to come to a taster course. It was something to do with life coaching, basically. So, we needed this because obviously something happened, and that part of it was just very delicate. When something happens, you're not able to deal with it. So this was our moment to come on this course to rebuild of what's really, circumstances happen and you have no control over it. So you've got to find your way back, basically. So this course was like a taster to find our way back in life, to rediscover. And these courses have really, really helped to heal, to rebuild, to know that we are in a safe space to go forward. Yeah.
And have you always lived in London as well, or?
No. We've lived in, obviously, we have been living in London for the last 30 years. But going back to my journey, Yorkshire, brilliant. I love the fields. I love the, like the calm life there. So I did go back, I think, just 4 years ago after 30 years of going back there. And I loved it because I think, when coming back to London, it's a fast pace of life where so much chaos and so many things that you've got to deal with. So that world and this world is completely different. So, yeah, I'll just say I like the greens and I like the calm sort of life.
What about the Yorkshire accent? Do you like Yorkshire accent? Because you don't have
Oh no,
accent.
that's just disappeared.
Have you had it then?
Yeah, we've got it. When we go back to Yorkshire, we talk to people there, and our accent, because obviously you live there, you talk to people, and then you become like people that you are.
Give me your best Yorkshire accent, go on.
Hey, how are you? Where you been? Yeah, so things like that. Yeah. What's your name? That's it.
Love it.
So obviously, the people there were lovely, and I just think, sometimes I think you need a community where you belong, and people there are not judgmental. They are quite open in terms of their neighbours or anything that you have a problem with. You're able to talk about it and, work towards and finding a solution. Here in London, I don't think you have that, depending on where you are. Like with Aberfeldy, everybody knows each other, which is like a real form of community. It's like the heart of a community where people are not judgmental. They are beautiful people with beautiful hearts and all gel together. Yeah.
It somehow works in Aberfeldy, doesn't it?
It does. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. It's like since I've come here, and I look forward every week to come. It's like another world. You step into Aberfeldy and you just think, you know what, I'm at the right place. This is what I need. And you look forward to it. And I just encourage anyone in London or anywhere, whatever part you are from, whatever country, just come along and just check it out, because it's amazing where, you're going to find nice people, you're going to find nice classes, you're going to fit in, and it's what you need. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay, so obviously the Aberfeldy area is getting a big shout out from you, Shabz.
Yeah.
I know that you're here also today because we want to record your story, because that's going to be the next episode. Can you give the listeners a little taster of what they'll hear? Just a little bit to whet their appetites.
My taster for many of you guys there is never judge a person with their limited mindset, because what comes out of that person, you'll be very surprised.
Okay, so stay tuned, stay open-minded,
Yes.
and listen to Shabz's story coming out soon.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of Aberfeldy Stories. This episode was made in partnership with The People Speak, and if you'd like to know more or to join the conversation, then come find us on Aberfeldy Street or visit www.thepeoplespeak.org.uk.